Hi Sagittarius, welcome back to my channel Tarot Z. I am Z and I'm going to be doing your tarot reading, finding out what are the messages for the cards that come out in this reading for you today. Thank you so much for joining and for being here for the reading. So let's begin. Let's find out what cards come out and what messages come out with the cards for you today. So we have the Seven of Wands. We do have fire sign energy with this. You could be dealing with Sagittarius, Leo, or an Aries. We have the Seven of Cups in the reverse, and we have the Five of Wands in the reverse. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Queen of Pentacles. So this Queen of Pentacles showing up here at the bottom of the deck. This does feel like a pretty committed energy. I do also feel like it's pretty consistent. And I do feel like with this Queen of Wands, this also feels like an attractive energy. Somebody may be catching your eye. I also feel that you may be catching somebody else's eye. And I do feel like this is recognition. But it's a very attractive energy. I also feel that there's an energy of being able to have a sense of nurturing a connection with somebody, or a desire to be able to actually build with you and to be able to grow with you. And I do feel like with the Queen of Pentacles, it's a pretty consistent and steady effort when it comes to it. The Seven of Wands showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of really working through being able to get over some kind of an obstacle. Do you feel like with the Seven of Wands, it's also a bit of a defensive energy, and I do feel like there's an energy of being in a space where somebody is trying to work through some kind of conflict with you're trying to work through some kind of conflict with someone. I also feel like with the Seven of Wands that there is a sense of wanting to be able to fight for this connection. There's a sense of deeming it as a connection worth fighting for. I do feel like though with the Seven of Wands, this does also feel like a sense of kind of having some kind of misunderstanding as far as getting through conflict. But the Seven of Cups showing up in the reverse, this does feel like a decisive energy. Do you feel like this also feels like being in a space where it's like when it comes to your connection, you've made your mind up, and I do also feel like it's like an energy of not distracting yourself, not really entertaining too many options. There's a sense of being locked in, and especially emotionally, I do feel there's a sense of being decided. With the Five of Wands showing up in the reverse, this does feel like a sense of wanting to be able to bring peace into a connection. I also feel like a desire to actually end and stop any kind of fighting, and I do feel like there's a desire to actually clear the air with you. I do feel like with this Five of Wands showing up in the reverse, this does feel like an energy of wanting to make amends. There could be an apology here, but I do feel like there's a desire to clear the air with you and also being able to bring back peace into a connection. So I'm going to clarify these cards. We have the Eight of Wands. We have the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. And we have the Four of Swords in the reverse. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Hangman in the reverse. So we do have the Hangman. This is also Pisces energy. Could be dealing with a Pisces. But with this card showing up in the reverse, this does feel like an energy of somebody being in a space where they're either ready to be able to actually have conversation or communication. I also feel like there's a sense of being in a position where this person is taking action towards actually being able to show up in this connection in a way that's going to allow for things to be more productive between the two of you. Do you feel like there's a lot of contemplation that has gone on and gone into it? And I do feel like when it comes to this Hangman showing up in the reverse, this does feel like an energy of finding a way forward in this connection. With the Eight of Wands showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of communication. Do you feel like this is also an energy of being able to have a lot of words exchanged or being expressed and being really presented to you, but it's happening quite quickly. So with this Eight of Wands, this could be coming from a place of somebody being very passionate as far as the communication. So I do feel like it's happening quickly, and it does feel like it is also a lot of words expressed in the heat of the moment. With the Knight of Pentacles showing up in the reverse, this does feel like an energy of experiencing what does feel like a little bit of a delay. Do you feel like there's a lot of thinking, even perhaps some overthinking when it comes to the way forward or even just an action in this connection with this person? Do you feel like you may be really in a space of really considering whether it is worth the investment or worth the effort? And this Knight of Pentacles showing up in the reverse, this does feel like an energy of overthinking and action. And I do feel like because of that sense of really being in a space of trying to gain a lot of clarity from really getting to a place of making a decision, it is kind of really allowing for the connections, for the decision to be taken out of your hands. So I do feel like this is an energy of really moving at a slower pace than the situation's really calling for. But with the Four of Swords showing up in the reverse, this does feel like an energy of getting to a place of being decided. But I do feel like playing the long game and being in a space where there is a decision being made from a very well thought out space. And I do feel like when it comes to being able to hear from someone and someone reaching out, it is happening. I do feel like being able to make amends is also something that is happening here. So I'm going to clarify these cards. So we have Virgo with I analyze. We have Aries with I am. And we have Mars with force. So we do have Virgo, we also have Aries. You could be dealing with any of those signs. But with this Virgo card showing up over here, I do get it pertaining to this Knight of Pentacles. This does feel like an energy of being in a space of really thinking about an action. And really, it is coming across as a delay when it comes to being in a space of really overthinking things. I do feel like with this Virgo energy, this also feels like a sense of really placing a lot of importance on the little things, and I do feel like there's a lot of contemplation around that as well. I do feel like when it comes to really being able to assess things and try to make sense of things, that this person is in a space where they're thinking a lot about your connection, especially a lot about some kind of a recent situation that may have occurred. And I do feel like with the Hangman showing up in the reverse, this does feel like an energy of being in a space where somebody is feeling ready to be able to either address the situation or be able to bring something up with you. I do feel like with the Virgo card showing up over here, this person is showing up ready when it comes to some kind of a communication. This does feel like them showing up with a lot of either receipts or being in a space where they have a lot to really back themselves up. But I do feel like this person has really thought about something to a far extent. And I do feel like when it comes to being able to hear this person out, so this person is quite open to hearing you out too. So I do feel like there's communication here. And I do feel like working around being able to actually clear the air in the situation is also something that's happening. I do feel like with the Aries card showing up over here, this is a quick energy. I do feel like with Aries, this is also a sense of taking the initiative on things. So I do also feel like there is a sense of trying to restore a sense of a way forward. And I do feel like that's happening quite quickly. I do feel like there's also a sense of somebody being ready to move forward quickly and somebody wanting to really take their time on this. So I do feel like there's a desire to clear the air. I do feel like there could be different approaches as well. But with the Mars card showing up over here, this is also an energy of really being able to either apply pressure, really, and being in a space of taking action. So I do feel like there's action being taken. I also get that with that Four of Swords showing up in the reverse. This does feel like an energy of being ready to do something in this connection. And when it comes to being in a space of really having a lot of clarity as far as where things are headed, and really being able to either make amends with a past situation and being able to move forward, or being able to actually communicate and have some kind of a sense of being on the same page. Do you feel like with the Mars card showing up over here, this is about being able to apply that kind of pressure? And I do feel like when it comes to your connection, this also feels like being able to work past some kind of a conflict or misunderstanding. So those are the messages I am getting with these cards for you, Sagittarius. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye, Sagittarius.